Hello and thanks for staying with us. Nigerian Customs Management has continued to warn importers against bringing in consignment without payment of correct duty. Also on customs reports, on the Customs Command raking more revenue for the government, plus more report. I am Igeseme Itinye. Stay tuned. The Assistant Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, in charge of Zone A, has said that traditional rulers should always make sure that they help Nigerian customs to fight smugglers across the nation's border. He made the appeal when he visited one of the traditional rulers in Ogun State.
Courtesy, the relationship between the area of command and this institution has been very good, except here and there where there will be skirmishes, but that is very natural. Wherever there are two factions or two contending powers, there could be misunderstanding which may generate conflict. So in essence, we pray with your opposition for peaceful coexistence. I know the capacity of my friend Malu. I know how policy could be. And I am sure that when it comes to giving respect where it is due, I have no doubt that KBC was certified to that. And I equally learned that we have to appreciate the singular fact that almost 95% of revenue generated by custom in Ogun State came from this land. We appreciate that. On that note, we will continue to pray for more cooperation and understanding. Tax collector is never liked by people, but at the same time, that does not mean tax collector should stop doing his work, because at the end of it, even those who object his work are the beneficiaries of his work. Then another thing, Kabezi, which made this visit a must, is to solicit for mutual cooperation in fight against illicit trade and smuggling. Yes, this is very vital to this land, very vital to the customs. The proximity is there between Niger and Benin Republic. We know that we cannot administer it completely, but I think there is nothing wrong if we work harder to minimize it. In that regard, we are soliciting for more cooperation now.
The traditional ruler has this to say.
The fact remains that we need one another. Yes. Especially if you consider the activities of smugglers around the border town. Apparently, I usually appreciate and at times I pity the condition of service to which your men are exposed to at the border area. What you man at the border are the only where you have the road. But the border is not fenced. There is no natural or man-made trench to show that this is Republic of Benin. This is Nigeria. So when in view of all this, at times I ask myself, how do these people man the border? So we appreciate these challenges more than our guard at the top, because they know the challenges you go through at the border to man the border. But you see, we are brothers across the West African states. That is why we will not be able to do that. The signal will not be very, very good, because we have our brothers, we have our kids and teens across the border there. Alaketu of Ketu is an Oba. It's there in Republic of Benin there, and many Yoruba Obas. So fencing them off is just to send a serious signal to them. So we are one, we are brothers. In fact, we are related. They are Yorubas. Both their brothers are here. Some of them are over there. But in view of this, you have to do your job. That one, sacrosanct, and that is why we have the custom service. And that is why, since I came, I always ensure that whoever is posted as controller or the various officers assisting him at the border town, we always exchange rapport. That none of them, even those that have left, that don't have my number. Because at times the situation might get out of hand, that the only voice they want to hear is to hear the voice of Kabisi to say, Ankali, Otito. Otherwise, things will get out of hand. I value my life because I believe strongly that a life you cannot trace, cannot make, one should value it. But I only want to plead with our officers manning the border town that always see these people at the other side or call me doing a little bit of economic activities. I will not call all of them smugglers, but the area where we have challenge is that once something like 3 bags of rice has entered a shop, I'm not saying a warehouse, it has entered the market, and we now decided to bombard the market, ransack the market, and we have ugly story to tell. It's not too humane to me, because before the rice gets to the market, it must have gone through many hands. If not many hands, at least it must have come through somewhere. With sound, intelligent reports, we can trace the root of how does this thing get to this market.
The controller in charge of post-clearance audit has said that the unit will continue to implement measures that will help the Nigerian Customs to generate more revenue for the country. It speaks more on post-clearance audit.
You can see 80% of those who contribute to custom revenue are highly compliant. Most of the people that give problem, they belong to the 20% group. So we need to begin to sit down and reorganize the whole service if we really want to achieve the objective and the CGC's mandate of increasing revenue generation, reform and restructuring. ACG, sir, let me quickly give you a rundown of our challenges. Number one, which we all know we are familiar with, is the Quality of Inspection Act. What we do here is review of what has already been released. So if there is no quality in examination report, at times it is very, very difficult. If you don't have knowledge and experience, you may not add value at the end of it. So the issue of examination, not only any kind of examination report, a quality report is a key to having any efficient and effective post-clearance audit. What I notice here, we do have an issue of wrong address. And this is an area that I know the ACG is very well familiar, considering these areas he has served, most especially inspection. As I speak with you, I am having a file on my table with a demand notice of about 1.2 billion naira, but tracing the importer is a very big challenge for me. And I begin to wonder, how can we be trading with someone who has that volume and yet we cannot trace him easily. So I think Nigerian Customs Service, we need to take the issue of KYC very seriously. We need to know our customers. The people and organizations we are working with, we really need to know who they are, so that when the chips are down, we can easily get hold of them. We do have frequent network downtime, lack of adequate workstation and computer system, obsolete convenience rooms for officers, inadequate storage facility for record keeping, among others. ACGs are as a way forward. There are things we can do at medium and long term to address most of these challenges, most especially if we can engage on aggressive capacity building for officers. Unit like PCA, you cannot overemphasize the importance of capacity building. And most especially, let us do our work in such a way and manner that we are going to provide to give good image for the service. And how do you give good image of the service? When you don't raise all kind of frivolous queries and issues. You should be able to be knowledgeable and you can stand on your feet when you raise a query and defend your issue. Most of the time you can see the queries we do raised, they cannot stand any test of time. And I can only say it's because of the knowledge gap. And most of the time when you even make a reference to headquarters, at the end of the day there is no feedback. So there is a need for us to create a system that will create a very good synergy between various units in the service.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Port Harcourt 2, known as ONE 2 Customs Command, has generated more revenue in the past 10 months. The area controller said that the command will always implement government policies.
In any case, importation of arms into the country, as you are very much aware, is a dangerous phenomenon. And it is something that was highly unexpected. Although we as customs have been trained from day one, and of course such training is ongoing within and outside the country, where we should always expect the unexpected. The vigilant perspective of our officers in the Lagos zone is something that certainly that is very commendable. And over here we have taken steps, seeing that for about 4 consecutive times such phenomenon has bedeviled that part of the country regarding our operation. And over here what we did, we became more alert. System-wise, through our automated system, we go through profiling, check countries that we feel, yes, such countries can be endangered, could be dangerous whenever we see anything coming from such countries. Regions, we profile companies, both the importing companies and the agency companies that clear such items. Using that of Lagos as a yardstick. We have done that. We have also been drawing the attention of our officers here, putting them on alert, giving them the direction on what to do and how to go about it. We have also had series of meetings of stakeholders, the shipping companies, terminal operators, importers, custom clearing agents, and so on and so forth. And of course, with our weekly sectional head meeting and our monthly parades, these are part of the measures we have taken. Now, more importantly in that direction is something that has gone in line with what I have done as part of my policy when I came in. Discovering the fact that the scanning machines we have in this port are no longer functioning, I decided to imbibe on 100% physical examination of all imported cargo into the port. And that has been very, very effective so far. The issue of multiplication of units operating in the port, specifically on a port, that I'm very sure has been taken care of. Mind you, the Controller General is very, very keen about issue of time duration with regards to clearing of cargo in and out of any of the seaports we have in Nigeria. So these are things that he initiated when he came into power. And within customs here, I am very much sure that has been taken care of. We don't have that number of units operating, and that is giving any hindrance to clearing procedure. However, mind you, customs, we operate here just like an octopus. We have so many hands, so many organs, meaning that there are so many, interagency, kind of synergy. We have this synergy with other government institutions, military, paramilitary institutions, other departments that are in charge of or in control of one kind of item or the other. For instance, we have NAFDAC, we have Standard Organization of Nigeria, we even have, in some instances, goods coming in under NEPA, that there must be at one level that intervention, that we must have to be very sure that the item imported that is under the control of any of this agency has the permit, has the nod of that agency for it to come in before we release.
Yeah, we'll go back to the issue of the revenue targets.
Yeah.
Yes. And apparently this year, we are aware that the management of Nigerian Customs Service has stated recently they have gone past the revenue target this year, with a benchmark of about 10 billion, and still running up to now. Yeah. So, what is the position of where you are right now?
The position of ONE so far, we are running into about 77.07% success. That is by our record of end of November this year. Our target here is 112 billion naira. So far, we have generated 86 billion, which represents the percentage I've just mentioned. We still have shortfall, but when you look at it in the issue of percentage, certainly it has gone on the A rating under the 77.7% of collection. So it is so far so good. And in the same vein, even with the shortfall, we have exceeded the collection this year with the previous year collection by about 1.8 billion. So I say it is a very, very good thing for us.
We now bring you some important engagement as performed by the Controller General of Customs in 2017. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service has been speaking on the WCO meeting held in Abuja. He said that the Nigerian government will continue to implement the rules that govern customs operations all over Nigerian borders. He warned importers and agents against bringing consignment into the country that are not fully approved by Nigerian Customs Service and the government.
This first meeting of its kind is called for us to sit as DGs. First and foremost, to get to know ourselves better. We are today in a world that is getting closer by the day, either by using the wireless, the internet, and all other ICT processes. We are closing on. The WCO is shunning tools upon tools on how we should run our own customs administration. We therefore, as Africa, need to also create a space for us in the global arena. Our being here today, my colleagues, is to sit down and look inwards. All the processes that are being shown to us. The CFTA that is coming into play, the corridors that we're trying to create within Africa, the borderless customs that we're trying to create, and of course, most importantly also, is border management. I dare to say, if we do not get to know ourselves as custom officers, as leaders of the customs, it will certainly be difficult for us to be able to establish that connectivity that is required to carry on this progress. Therefore, today's meeting, my dear colleagues, is to underscore the fact that we need to bond together. We need, as African DGs, to create a space for us in the global arena. And we can only do that when we come and exchange ideas, and we come and discuss issues, and also, most importantly, too, when we come together to get to understand ourselves and know ourselves better. It is our expectation that this meeting will bring all the African Union Customs Association together to articulate a common agenda and speak in unison during the World Customs Organization. This meeting will afford the African continent the opportunity to occupy a rightful position in the WCO within the administrative and political hierarchy and the exact authority to influence policies that will be beneficial to the continent and enhance intra-African trade.
A total of 37 assorted vehicles worth over 1 billion naira have been impounded by Nigerian Customs Service. The Contractor General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, said that the brand new vehicles were smuggled into Nigeria through the bush path. He warned importers against smuggling items into the country.
This is one of the most terrible aspects of sabotage, because behind us here, as you have seen, are brand new vehicles that have been brought in by somebody, and he's going to sell them at the price that he determines. And yet he doesn't want to pay anything back to the Nigerian people. It's not government, because government acts on behalf of the 180 million Nigerians. It's not custom, because if we collect, we do paperwork, we don't even see the money. But this deprivation is to the entire 180 million Nigerians. My dear colleagues and friends, we must join this crusade. It is a war that cannot be won by Nigerian custom alone. It is a war that must be fought by every Nigerian, every patriotic Nigerian. That's the only way we can curb this menace. That's the only way we can stop this and be able to get the money and instill the fiscal discipline that is required. What we need in this country is fiscal discipline. We do not have it. People do not have conscience. Because as Nigerians, we do not love our own nation. We do not believe in Nigeria. If we do, there's no human being. This importation is not done by Indians. If it is done, it's in collaboration with Nigerians. For every one Indian to operate, there are 10 Nigerians that are supporting him. And that is why he succeeds. Out of 100 containers, hardly would you find 10 that Nigerians will declare exactly what is in that container. What they do is always give you the false declaration. That is those that cannot get it out without paying anything. I have seen so many importers cheated. They will be given the correct value, they will be given the correct duty, and when they give the money, our own agents will go and duplicate that paper, change it, give it another name, and give it another consignment, and then connive with our own officers. Because it takes two to tango. These containers do not come from heaven. They do not drop from heaven. We are the gatekeepers in the port. So for any container that gets out that port to that port with false declaration, there must be the connivance of custom officers.
Just before I round up this week's edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you a report where the Area 2 of the Nigerian Customs Service has generated so much money for the federal government. For me, Egeseme Edine, thanks for watching.